Hey, people. Welcome to this Monday, MLK Day. Well, I was supposed to drop this message yesterday, but I didn't get around to it, so I'm doing it right now. Why it's in my spirit to do so. The Lord was speaking to me on yesterday about us being a blessing and our opponents being the curse was the analogy. And here's what God revealed to me and to say to you all and to keep in mind. When there's a situation where God may place you in, whether it's a certain particular time in your life, whether it's a season of learning how to love yourself, whether it's a season of being aware of your surroundings, whether it's a season of you learning how to rededicate yourself to Him for your own personal benefit. And here's the thing what God brought to my attention on yesterday. And it was real deep because He was speaking to me about it, because He said people fail to realize that them being upset with you about certain particular choices they made is very troubling. He said, because here's the thing. You wasn't there when they made the decision. And you wasn't there when they received the news. So with that being said, the revelation or the news that Ann person on Ann's side began to become very well aware of had decisions and choices to make. And so when you decide to make a particular choice, that you know it has a particular outcome, that's not on your opponent. That's not on nobody but you. And whether people right on Ann's side, right or wrong, good or bad, we all know what the truth is at the end of the day. Whether we accept it or not, whether we obey it or not, whether we follow it or not. Either way it go, on both sides, we know. And so with that being said, God made it very clear. He said, look, He said, when you're a blessing to someone that I place in your life or vice versa, He said, understand something. You have been placed in that person's life for a reason. And whether you understand the reason or not at that current time, in due time you will know to grow so you can continue to know what you need to know. He said, so with that being said, a person that's a blessing in your life is to uplift your life, inspire your life, bring creativity to your life, bring true love of essence of dignity, respect, and clarity, and morals and ethics. And whether people like it or not, the bottom line, that is what it is. And when people do not bring that type of essence to your life, big or small, they have no room to fit in your life. Now here's the flip side of the blessing part. When you're a curse, when you come around, all hell breaks loose. Everything always seems to be chaotic. Not always, but for the most part. And here's the thing, because it could be a flip side to it too. And that's why I'm saying this, because, and this is why you need the spirit of discernment. Because you need to be aware and know these things. when God places us in certain people's lives, depending on certain gifts and particular reasons of why we there, on our own personal mission as well as a mission as the community. Understand something, that always when you're sent on a mission, it's always going to be some confliction and some chaos in the midst of that and obstacles. So sometimes everything ain't going to go as planned. And if you're not wise enough and have discernment and clarity and understanding about certain things, you will fail the mission. And so that's why I said on yesterday to you all, and that goes for me as well. It's time. It's really no more talking, because it ain't nothing else to say. Everybody has played their part and showed their face and their booty. So with that being said, you doing that, you've already shown where you stand. And I don't know why I have to keep reiterating this, but for some reason, I think it's some people who don't clearly understand you out. You will never return. You will never, I don't care how many spells you do. I don't give a damn how many rituals you do. You're going to lose, because God will always sustain and win any battle, because he created them all. And he know the outcome. So, I don't know, like I said, who need to hear this, but understand that, these people and your battles is really because it's all about something that you didn't ask to be given. It was a gift. And we all have gifts and we all have choices. And it's depending on how people apply their choices. Depends on their outcome. And so don't feel apologetic to be apologizing for wanting to be blessed, meaning paying off your karmatic debt, owing it to yourself to be yourself and be who you want to be. I know I'm loved by few and hated by many, and I'm glad for that. And I thank God for that, because that means I ain't like everybody else. I'm a very particular individual that stands out in the crowd, and I'm always stand out because I'm different. And I love being different. I don't like being common, because then you bland. It ain't no excitement there. It's boring. People half the time mad as hell at the world, miserable. Don't nobody want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Life too precious and beautiful. Yeah, we all going, like I said to some people today, we all going through something. But you got to still, even when you're going through, be happy. You got to still find a way to make yourself happy. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Sometimes it's just about you, and that go for and side, good or bad. Me and the coworker was chatting last night. And it was interesting to hear his point of view as a man, because and express it the way he did. I thank God for it. And but it's just amazing to me, and this is why I tell people all the time, you don't know what somebody going through, and it's a reason God wants you to be that ram in the bush, So, we can't cry over spoiled milk. But at the same time, it's time to release and let go. You can't keep holding on to people, places, things, environments. That's really a loss, because God said we in the season of profit. We in the season of gain. And it ain't just material and financial gain. It's also wisdom, knowledge, understanding, clarity, because that's the real riches, is the wealth of having wisdom enough and discernment enough and intuitiveness enough to know certain things that other people can't even comprehend nor fathom, because they can't dialogue on that level because they have not done the work. So they have no idea why, you know what I'm saying? And they wasn't built that way. So it's different, and again, with people who are cursed, most of them are people who are just, they really something, because they are individuals who are pretty much narcissistic and very just evil. I mean, it's just no way to put it. Conniving, manipulative, cunning, liars, big time liars. Just different individuals. And I was just saying, it's so funny how that came up, because I was just sharing with Daddy that while I was cleaning up, I was sharing with him that that's disgusting to me. Like, evil spirits are disgusting. And the energy, if I pick it up, it's just disgusting to me. It's just nasty. And it's, what I mean? It's very uncomfortable energy for me, because it's not nice energy. And so, as you can see, they trying to block my throat chakra because they mad because I'm telling the truth. Again, this is why your truth being spoken, your creativity being released, your business being on the forefront, and certain things coming forth. It's just sad to me how people keep saying they real, but I just said again today too. When people mind their own business, it's a lot of things that can be prevented. But when you in somebody else's business and jealous hearted and conniving and sitting there looking so innocent, and man, it's bull, and it's sad because a lot of people do it on a day-to-day basis, and I call them orchestrators, liars, cunning people, manipulators, shit starters, excuse my French. These people are very toxicity people. These people are unhappy people. Rich, fair, or poor, it don't matter. It's just when you just cut a certain way, that's how you cut. You feel me? So it's sad, but it's facts. And them type of people we not looking to be dealing with. Me particularly, no. As I said today, I'm handpicking on who I'm dealing with going forward. I'm not dealing with everybody because I don't need to deal with everybody. It's nothing personal to everybody. It's just I don't have to deal with everybody. Sometimes I think people think we just have to deal with each other all the time, one-on-one, which is cool and it's beautiful. However, it comes a time where spiritually, when you're on a journey like we all individually are, it's certain times in your life where God will take you and put you in straight solitude. So you got to know how to function in solitude as well as function in partnership. You got to know how to function in chaos as well as functioning when it's good times. You got to know how to be able to balance when your best colleague or your best business partner decide to launch off on their own and no longer no longer want to participate in the project you all started. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that. And we all have our moments and our emotional moments and just our moments. And again, these be decision moments. These be life-changing moments. And God was just saying, and to tie all this in, his whole point was, and the analogy was like, when you dealing with people or individuals or whomever I send to you to be profitable to you, that's why I want you to let go of the past, because I don't want those people to pay for what somebody else did, which will never enter your life no more anyway. So you really don't have to worry about that. The only thing you need to be concerned with is making better decisions going forward. So, that's where you are the blessing, because you understand that it takes more than just money just one decision. It takes more than just one person to raise a family or a village. You know what I'm saying? So you understand that it takes self-love and encouragement and tolerance and being persecuted and being nailed to the cross like Jesus in your own journey and personal life, that you understand what it means to sacrifice for another. So, it's like you really have to understand which side you on, basically. Are you a blessing or are you a curse? But God said, we're the blessing. He said, that's why I sent you in their life, because you were the blessing the whole time. See, I put the blessing. Oh, I love my daddy so much. He said, I put the blessing right in your face. You looking all around you and everywhere else and going outside of everything with God showing you the blessing right in your face. And it's sad because we looking outside of what God given us, and that's where we get cursed. Because we going outside his will, we going outside of all this other stuff. And everybody's relationship with God is different. However, and that's beautiful. However, we want to be wise and intelligent and making our decisions when going forward, especially in this season, because a lot of us walking, like I told y'all, into a lot of wealth. So all the, like, I'm going to give you some good examples. Like, say you used to do certain things, like a lot of stuff you used to do, you finna stop doing. Because God don't want your enemy to know how you moving, period. And he don't want your enemy to know what you do for a living. He don't want your enemy to know anything. He wants your enemy to be ignorant and, basically on what you're doing. So you can really stay blessed. And that's why he was saying to me to tell y'all, it's time, whatever need to be shared, but, move in silence. It ain't really nobody business what you doing, what God doing for you, how you getting blessed, because at the end of the day, a lot of these individuals was the catastrophic reason to the nature of your awakening. So the fact that they played their part for you to be awakened, it ain't your business to know nothing else when you tried to literally dismantle me and take me out this world completely. It's not even none of your business, and it ain't even nothing personal. We release y'all with love. We asking y'all at this time, in current time, and going forward to move forward and move on. And put it to rest with dealing, trying to keep, you know what I'm saying? Because messing with us, you wasting time and you building karmatic debt. Meaning you're building up debt that you did not even have to begin with, but due to the fact you lacked wisdom and knowledge and understanding, you listened to a fool who got you caught up. Now you finna pay for something you could have avoided. Because you didn't have discernment enough and wisdom enough to hear when God's prophet was speaking to you to tell you through the fool not to do it. And you chose to do it. You see? So a lot of people upset, but you can't get mad when you chose to listen and heed to a fool. And God told you in the last days how things are going to be, and it's happening right before our very eyes. So again, people be mindful that, be wise at the company you keeping. The family members and so-called supposed to be friends and loved ones that rock with you really got your back. Because I love the way my co-worker, he hit it though. He said some real stuff. He said, look, he said, Eb, he said, it's genuine when you can call somebody and say, man, or girl, I was just calling, checking on you and make sure you all right. How many of us really do that? And half of us that do that, we don't even get that same thing in return. So see, that's what I'm trying to say to y'all. If people not being a blessing like you are reciprocating, It ain't got to be big all the time. It ain't even got to be big. It can be truly small. As simple as calling you every day saying, how you doing? How you feeling? Or just being an ear for you, or just being a financial advisor for you, or etc., or a mentor, or whatever that may be. However, at the end of the day, it's a reciprocation that is feeding off of the same energy, the same vibration. It's not something that's low and then you high and they low. That's too much energy being spent on something that could be really placed on something that can be more beneficial. So, if that, I hope that made sense to some people. But yeah, God was just saying to me, the analogy and the whole concept of this is for you to understand and manifest within yourself the type of blessing of person you want to be. You feel me? And then as God began to unfold those things in your life and you walk those things out, certain things or characteristics or behaviors or things you used to do, like let's say you used to play lottery and you do like me, you just stop playing. You gonna stop playing. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I've been playing a little bit here lately, but I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm not doing anything with it. And so, and that's what he was really giving me analogy from that too, because he said you're not doing anything with it. So it's just wasting money, and playing pretty much because you're not, yeah, some of your stuff coming, but what you doing, you ain't getting it. So with your senses, you get what I'm saying. That's a perfect analogy of it. You're not getting anything from it. Yeah, the number may fall, but you ain't play it. So what good is it? You wasting money, period. No matter how you look at it. So, again, he's saying, what we're doing is washing away the old. That means old habits, old ways of doing things, all that. Everything got to go. Because now I'm doing a new thing in you. You got to live a certain way. You got to do stuff a certain way, So, I pray this really bless somebody because, we often always go through that and, write down everything you want to see manifest in your life. Like write your own story, if that makes sense. Begin to allow God to, just speak to you and minister to you on your dialogue. Don't pull, like I was saying today, pull back your energy so you can really obsess and observe who all been really pulling on your energy and why you been draining where you've been having certain leaks. You feel what I'm saying? Pull back your energy so people can expose themselves for who they really is and their true intentions towards you and for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm watching it unfold in my own life, and it's tripping me out. And this is why I said to a coworker today, I gotta cut this off because, again, people that is not profitable to you are losses, and we're not taking no more losses. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, if you dealing with somebody that's evil, that's the total opposite of what you're doing, what I'm telling you is, they ass is expensive. Meaning you gonna go broke, you gonna lose every damn thing messing with these people. Because these people don't mean you no good. They not reciprocating anything. They don't have no value to bring to your table. It may not be, you know what I'm saying? Your table may not be where they're supposed to be eating. So that's why they're cursed to the table, because they're not supposed to be there. Hallelujah. Excuse me, God, for cussing earlier, but do you get what I'm saying? So I want people to really get this. You want the blessing. So I don't care what you go through. I don't care if you're broke. I don't care if you got a lot of money. I don't care if you in between. I don't care where you at in your life. You blessed. Because you in your right mind, you got your limbs, all your limbs, you able to move, you able to function, you able to, you know what I'm saying? You're blessed. And if you don't have a lot of money, you're still blessed. Because you still in your right mind. You ain't doing nothing crazy. You ain't, making no chaos for nobody. You trying to help people get back to people being themselves. You feel me? You not doing nothing wrong. So even when you're being ridiculed, persecuted for it, excuse my French, fuck them. Do what you supposed to keep doing. Because they going to do what they supposed to do. At the end of the day, you don't got time to be pleasing no damn body. If you going to please anybody, it better be God. You understand me? Because again, we don't get our life from people. We don't get our energy from people. We get our energy straight from the source, which is God, period. So if it ain't coming from God, we ain't fucking with it, period. Excuse my French. I'm just, because I want people to really get this. I don't want you to miss your moment fooling with people. People can be a blessing, but people can be a curse to you too. Because if they ain't for your bloodline, you got to cut their ass off. Because they not rocking with you like that. They are not reciprocating what you're doing. And they are a curse to your table. Period. They not a blessing to you in no shape or form. That's why I'm saying to y'all today, please pull back your energy. Start assessing and evaluating the people and the environments and everything around you. Take notes. Because everything is being exposed to everybody in this hour, right as I speak. Because God is not playing with none of us. And when he come back, he sure enough coming back. Because it's real soon. The famine ain't far away. And so, therefore, if people ain't getting their shit straight, you're going to be screwed. I'm telling you. Spiritually, you're going to be screwed and you're not going to make it. Because this is not a game. I'm telling you, I repeat. This is not a game. This is very serious. Now, if anything's serious in this life, you better believe that is. You understand? Because at the end of the day, either people going to be a blessing or they're going to be a curse. And you do not need no losses when you already came out of that season. We're not repeating history with the past or people or environments or circumstances or situations. I don't give a damn what spell, what ritual they sitting. We not doing all that no more. That shit cut off. Excuse my French again. We ain't dealing with that. You understand what I'm, because we're done with that. That life and that's over. Period. And so I want y'all to be understanding and mindful. You're the blessing. Your opponents may be the curse, and that's why they can't sit at your table. That's why they throwing all this shade and dagger at me and you, because they already know they wasn't never meant to be sitting at the table. But due to us dealing and encountering the Judas, that's what helps you to understand the clarity of why God is so real and his love is so truth. And why he's a truth speaker and he's a soul keeper and he's a mind reader, because he understands how people are so in flux, but yet and still he can still love you equally and the samely without having a blink of an eye of a thought of a change of any emotion or thought or feeling about you. But people, we struggle with that when God said, that's why I took you through the trial and error in the persecution with your Judas. Because Judas kissed me on my cheek and knew he turned me in and sold me out. And knew the price I had to pay. And he sold me out for fame or a few dollars. But the bottom line, God gave us the same analogy. Right now, you got these. He said he hung with me every day. And so I'm just saying this because people really got to understand. Like, I mean, I know it hurt when you love people and, I get it. But you got to love yourself more enough first to be, before you can really love other people. You must love yourself first. You must know how to love yourself first before you can love anybody, period. So y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all because I went way beyond my time. But anyway, understand, you are the blessing, they the curse, and that's why they cannot sit at your table. That's why they cannot go with you in this season. That's why they is not going to have victory with you in everything they're doing towards you or against you, because God has called you to be true. You are the chosen one. You are the star seed. You are the earth angel, or male, female. You are the king, the queen that he has called, because you are greatness. That's who you are. That's who you was destined to be, me and you. And so we're going to be that. And so at the end of the day, we just got to thank God for our enemies and everything, and stay blessed and stay focused. Okay. I need y'all to focus right now. Okay. And dispel all distractions. I love you. Bye.